Hey, I'm Tyson.
And I'm Callie with Adventure Rig.
We just wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse of what we've been up to for the last month. So right now we are in La Ventana, Baja Sur, Mexico, just south of La Paz, which is pretty far south of the tip. It's like 2 hours to get to Cabo, which is the very southern tip.
Yep.
You can see behind us the Pleasure Way van that we drove down and our camp. We have a nice mat out, some chairs, a line to hang all of our wet clothes, and a nice hammock. We're conveniently located right next to the baños.
Good and bad.
Over the last month, we've done quite a few things. Mountain biking,
Hiking, exploring the area, and
running to fruit stands, always running into town for fruit and vegetables, hanging out on the beach. Plenty of that. It's kind of been some low wind for what is typical, and we haven't kited as much as we initially thought we were gonna, which is why we've been here for a month, because we really wanted to get it down before going back home. So definitely lots of hanging out on the beach. Getting our bronze on.
Yep.
What else have we been doing?
We've been eating a lot of tacos.
Tons of tacos.
Lots of churros, which we luckily only recently found. Otherwise that would have been really bad. But lots of great food, pretty cheap and affordable living, and we haven't really been driving the van at all, which has been really nice. We'll take our mountain bikes into town, we'll hitch a ride, super easy to hitch, or we'll walk.
Absolutely. Sleeping last night and woke up at about 10:30 p.m., which may sound really early, but we go to bed at about 9 p.m. here, and we woke up to this most awful rancid fish smell that you can imagine. It literally woke us up, and I think I figured out what it is. You can see there's a black pickup parked right there. In the back of the pickup in the bed are what looks like a bunch of coolers maybe. I think there are a couple fishermen, and I'm pretty sure the back of that truck is full of maybe not so fresh fish. It literally was bad enough that it woke us up, and then we were up for probably an hour trying to get back to sleep, but we couldn't because the smell was so bad. No bueno. Callie and I were just hanging out here at the van in this small pickup pulled in with a speaker on the outside of it talking about fruit, and he literally stopped behind the van and started selling fruit. It's pretty epic.
Pictures of the market.
Doesn't get any more fresh than that, and quite convenient.
What are you doing?
Someone came by and started talking to us, and I was eating trail mix, and I set it down on the ground, and we ended up talking for about 45 minutes. So I've now come back to the trail mix to find that there have been maybe 1 or 2 ants that have gotten into it, and so I'm just going through it and finding those ants and getting them out of it. Here's the thing.
That's a lot of trail mix to waste.
That's a lot of trail mix, and that's the thing. Tacos are really cheap here. However, nuts, raisins, and especially M&Ms are not really cheap here. There's no way I'm throwing this away. I will find those ants, and I will evict them. This is something we've been warned about, and we've tried to heed the warning, but I guess they have had stingrays here throughout different times of the year. And Callie just got stung by one. We were just out swimming, and we were coming back to shore. When she could touch, she put her foot down, and I think that she maybe put it right on top of a stingray. They hide in the sand, and it stung her
right in the heel. So what everyone says is to put your foot in as hot as water as you can stand, and that should make the pain go away after a couple hours. But we have heard people tell us that it will make you cry. Callie's a freaking champ. She hasn't cried at all. She was like, this hurts really bad. But there were no tears, even close. So we're gonna take it easy for the next couple hours and let her foot stop throbbing.
We're day 4 or 5 here in Mexico, and we've settled into campground life pretty well. Callie has found some pickup volleyball to play in the mornings. Hank likes to go for a swim. We usually start the day out on the beach enjoying a sunrise. And hopefully this afternoon the wind will blow. We've kind of gotten our hands on a little bit of gear to borrow while we're here. The lessons have ended, and so we've just been trying to go out on our own and kind of flounder, get up every now and then, do what we can. For now, volleyball is the name of the game. Good morning. We are just waking up to a beautiful sunrise. This afternoon, we're taking our first kite lesson, and I think it's going to involve, at some point, actually getting the kite in the air and flying with it, and getting in the water without a board on our feet, but at least dragging ourselves through the water. So I think it's going to be a pretty fun day, and we'll see how all of that works out. Callie, I think, is a little bit apprehensive about it. So today was our first time actually flying a kite, getting in the water, and feeling what this experience is going to be like. We started with a trainer kite, did some very basic maneuvers with that. A trainer kite's just really small. It's not quite as sophisticated as the regular kite that we flew later in the day when we actually got in the water, and we did a bunch of what's called body dragging. Basically, if we fall while we're out there kiteboarding, this is what we're going to resort to if we need to get back to shore for whatever reason we can't get up. So that was kind of the main thing today, is how to body drag and get ourselves back to shore.
Yeah, it was just getting comfortable with that. It was getting comfortable being in the water with the kite.
Yes, and our
instructor was tied to us.
Yep, our instructor was with us the entire time, tied right to us, and so Norm was there telling us what to do, and we put the kite in the water a few times and then relaunched it from the water again so that we know exactly how to do that. We're crossing our fingers that tomorrow maybe we'll get on the board and actually start getting up and seeing what that's all about. But our instructor is Norm here at Baja Kite and Surf, and he has been absolutely great. It's been awesome going out with him and learning from him. So if anyone's interested,
this is the place to be.
This is definitely the place to be and the man to do it with.
And we also kind of set up camp. So this is where we'll be camped for the next 3 days and possibly longer, depending on what happens.
Yeah, it's pretty prime location as far as getting into town, being able to walk to a couple of these taco stands. So we are on to tacos, and we'll see what tomorrow has in store. Callie is currently out on the water. She just launched her kite and she's out there by herself. So this is the first time that she's been out on her own without any instructor on a paddleboard near her in case anything goes wrong. You can see her right out there, just working on some maneuvers. Right now she's working on body dragging, which if you lose your board, It's basically a technique to get back to your board so that you can get it back on your feet and keep kiting, because you can lose it and you can go downwind of it and it can be really difficult to get back to your board. So she's just practicing that so that hopefully next round she'll get the board on her feet and feel a little bit more confident that she'll be able to get back to it if she does fall and the board comes off. I'm just walking down the beach because she's gonna come back from the water, probably another quarter mile down the beach here, and I'm gonna be on the beach to grab her kite and help her with all that stuff to get out of the water. Beautiful day in Baja. We just got back from our little walk. Callie was in the water, obviously, like I showed you, and it's maybe, I don't know, quarter or half mile down the beach that she comes out, and then we walk up the beach. And on this run, Hank decided he just wanted to stay. So we just got back, and you can see, I mean, there are quite a few people out on the beach. They're coming and going as they launch their kites, and Hank is just sitting here hanging out, looking for a new family. We're both feeling good on where we have progressed with the kiteboarding. The Sierra Nevadas had over 6 feet of snow last week. It's starting to really puke. What is it, like December 5th or 4th?
Yeah, it's winter.
It's
basically.
winter up north. So it's time for us to hit the road tomorrow and get on to this long journey through the Baja back to the States.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long drive home. We'll see how long it actually takes us. I don't think either of us are looking forward to it at all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.